Hello, hello, everybody. I hope everybody can hear me. I'll wait a few more minutes for some people to show up. It's good to be here. I hope everybody's having a good evening. It is evening time here for me. It's 9 p.m. Eastern time, so it's nighttime. I hope everybody's having a good night. Hello, hello. We're going to learn how to work this tool tonight. Wait a few minutes for people to show up. This is how to make dome shapes and pot and bowl shapes, flower pots, not not the bad kind or the good kind, depending on how you look at it, but, but flower pots, and dome shapes and three-dimensional flowers if need be. We're gonna make a ladybug tonight. So I hope you can all come on in. And because this takes a few minutes, I'm going to start. Woo, this is real little. I don't want that. I just want just regular red. Do I want red? No, I don't want red. Yes, I do. I want red because we're going to make a dome. And I'm going to string a lot of these puppies together to make a nice dome. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll glue 4 strips together, and these are 1/8 inch wide strips. And we're going to glue the ends together. We're going to wait for a few people to come up. Or while I'm waiting for a few people to come up, we'll glue these ends together. End to end. Not glue the ends together because they're already stuck together. We're going to glue them end to end. And again, we're going to use, whoops, where did my glue go? It fell over. It's right here. So I'm just going to glue these 4 strips together. And you know what? I can't tell by looking. I have to do it by touch to see what sides this is the right side. This is the right side also. So we're going to glue that together. I think I'm clogged up a little bit. I'll have to unclog my glue. Stuff I can do while we're waiting. Well, I hope everybody's having a good evening. And, whoops, there we go. Hi, Marty, my Martini-Rini girl. How are you doing, hun? I'm happy to see you. Whoops, goes this way. I'm happy to see you. We're gonna make a ladybug tonight. So I get to glue all these strips of paper together, 4 of them. And these are really long strips to begin with. This is the older stuff that I used to play with, that I used to buy. And I used to buy it because it came in long strips, but then I had to keep cutting them down all the time. And you didn't get 50 strips. Now I get 50 strips and it's shorter and I don't have to cut them down all the time. So I like today's strips better. Yay! Okay, so I'm getting my strips glued end to end. 4 strips glued end to end. If you have shorter strips that are only like 17 inches, you might want to try gluing 5 strips together. But if you have shorter, longer strips, 20 inches maybe, sometimes some are even 24 inches, go ahead and just glue 4. So there we go. I'm gluing the ends together, and I'm gonna get my curling coach. I have all green fingers. I have light green fingers and a dark green finger. So, all right. I'm going to get my curling coach, and I'm going to start curling. And I'm going to bring this down closer so you can see, and I can be in the right place for everybody. And I'm going to make sure my paper's not stuck on anything. It's a long piece of paper now that it's all glued end to end. Woo! Hello, Miss Allie Kay. How are you? You're just in time. If you want to quill with me, I'm making a ladybug tonight, and I'm going to show you how to use this dome tool. And if you want to quill a ladybug with me, you take your 1/8 inch wide paper and you glue either 4 or 5 end to end with each other. So it makes one great big, really super long strip. And then you use your curling coach and put your simple slotted tool through your curling coach. And you just wind and wind and wind. If I can get it on there we go. And now I'm just going to wind and wind and wind, and the curling coach will help keep a flat disc going. So I'm just going to keep curling and curling and curling until I get to the end of my paper. And I thought there's a way that we can make a ladybug with the dome, and we can make a ladybug without the dome. I do not beat them up before I glue them end to end, and I'll tell you why. Because if you break the paper before you glue them end to end, the paper is going to be so floppy that you won't be able to do anything with it. The weight of the paper glued end to end allows you to be able to maneuver it enough that you don't need to break the paper. If you break the paper, it will be really, 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 really flimsy floppy. Okay, and now I'm done with the curling coach, and come on, trying to get my tool out of there. There we go. I made a tight coil. I'm going to glue it together on the end. Oh, you're very well. Angela, hi. How are you? Good to see you again. I'm very tired. I might not make it very long. Just wanted to say hi because I missed last week. Couldn't remember what day you were on. Oh, you know what, Allie girl? That's fine. You stay as long as you want to. Fall asleep to me if you want to. That's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. Okay, now I have a little divot in the middle. So I want to make this really as flat as I can. So I'm going to take my curling coach and put it down on a flat surface, and then I'm going to press. Ooh, boy, that had a lot to be flattened. I'm going to press with the curling coach. Oh, there, the divot's gone. And now it's a really, really flat disc. And now I'm going to take my dome tool and I'm going to put it on a really big dome. I always want to start off bigger than I need to so that I don't create too much of a dome too fast, because if you do, it's going to spring on you and then you'll have to glue them all to keep her awake. You have to glue 4 or 5 pieces back together again and start all over again. So you start on a bigger dome than you need, and I'm just going to start on the first one, and you put it on the top and press. Put it on the top and just press, and it starts to create. You can see there's a little dome there, a little concave area. But we want our ladybug to have a little bit more dimension than that, so we're going to go to the next smaller one and press again. And we're going to keep going to the next smaller one and the next smaller one until we have the correct dome that we want for our ladybug. Now this is up to you. You can do as much of a dome or as little a dome as you want. This might be enough of a dome for somebody. It's not for me. I want my little ladybug to look like a little VW bug. So I'm going to keep going down and down. There we go, until we get close, if not all the way down. Okay. I think one more is going to do it. Yep, one more is going to do it. I'm going to have my little ladybug look like a little VW bug. And you'll see how concave that is. Now, there are some that can do this with their fingers, and I applaud them, because if I didn't have that tool, I couldn't do it. I am not that talented. I'm glad I have the tool to help me cheat. Okay, and now what you want to do, now that you got your dome to where you want it to be, I'm just going to add some glue on the inside. And make some spokes with the glue and then spread it all around with my tiny little brush. Just make some spokes like that on the inside with the glue. That way it holds it all together. And I'm going to take my tiny little brush and I'm going to get the water out of it because it's been sitting in the water. And I'm just going to paint the glue with the brush in there till the whole inside is covered. And that will prevent your dome from sinking down. I'm going to wait for that to dry. While that's drying, you can take the time to cut some wee tiny little black dots, which I cannot do. You can use the dots if you have a punch, a letter punch or a punctuation punch. You can use the dot at the end of the exclamation point. If you keep all of your little die cut fiddly bits, there should be some dots in there. What I have is another great little tool, and it's a paper punch. And if you look, without it being too shiny, too glossy, too not focused, there it is. It has a little tiny hole. It has just a little tiny hole. And so I take some black strips of paper, or one black strip of paper, and don't have any black strips in my fiddly bits, so I will have to start a new black strip in my fiddly bit. I will take out one strip of black paper and, whoops, one. I can't count. I need only one. I'm going to punch out some wee tiny little circles to make the circles on the ladybug. If you just want to make some bigger circles and cut them out, you're welcome to do that. I'm not in camera. I'm not even on camera. Look at that. I'm such a silly person. Silly McGilly. Okay, let's try that again. I'm going to cut some little circles, punch some little circles, eeny weeny tiny baby ones with my little paper punch. This little paper punch right here only cost me $3. And I can't for the life of me remember where I bought it. It may have been at Walmart. It certainly was not at Hobby Lobby, unless I had a coupon. Okay, so I have punched some little polka dots. Can you see my little black polka dots? Okay, now I want to take a piece of that black paper that is not got holes in it. Jessie, Marty, Angela, yay! We're all here. Punch a bunch, yes, punch a bunch. We're gonna take and cut, even though it's a eeny weeny little piece of paper, we're gonna cut this eeny weeny little piece of paper in half. And what we're going to do, we're gonna cut it in half lengthwise, then we're gonna cut it widthwise, and see we've made this eeny weeny tiny black line. So we're gonna make a black line like that. Now your black line is going to differ from mine depending on how eeny weeny teeny tiny, yes, wee tee tiny little whiffet. So it's just going to be trial and error. You can measure or you can just do what I did and eyeball it, which is what I did, and it's going to work fine. If you want an estimate, let me see. I will put it down on this ruler here, and it's just a little bit more than an inch. I'm going to put some glue. I'm going to put some glue on it. I'm going to make a tiny little line of glue on my wee tiny little piece of paper. And I'm going to glue it right down the center of my ladybug's back. Just like that. Right down the center. Hello, everybody. I don't want to miss anybody. Did I miss anybody coming in? Did I say hi to everybody? I hope I did. Okay. Now, with what's left over from that black piece of paper, let's do, you're going to take a 7-inch piece of paper. You can do it, Marty. You're going to take a 7-inch strip of paper. We're going to make the head now. We need to make the head. The little ladybug's got to have a little head so she can see. So take a 7-inch piece of black paper. Why is that? Why is it so black over here? I don't know. I got this shadow right here. Wonder where that came from. Okay. Well, as soon as I can... There we go. Alrighty. And you're gonna roll that up. That 7-inch piece of paper. And roll it up into a tight coil. Your ladybug may be blind. And you're going to make a tight coil, just like that. You can glue it together. Oh, no, I lied. You're going to ever so slightly, just ever so slightly. I got a piece of glue on there. Hang on a second. Let's get that off of there. Release it so that the center opens up just a little bit because you want to be able to pinch that. So you want the center to open up just ever so slightly. Now, if you want the head to be a little bit bigger than that, all you need to do is make it a 10 or 11-inch piece of paper, and the head will be bigger. All right, now, what I want to do is I want to pinch one end and the other end. I want to make a little pinch. I want to try to make a little crescent out of this. Not a little crescent, but a little half circle. So that we can put, whoops, the head on the ladybug. See, like that? So we want to now make sure you open the center up just enough so that you have room to squish, because if you don't, it's going to be too hard to pinch. So there we go. There, I think that's good enough. I'm going to glue right where the line is, right where the seam is. I want to cover that seam right there. I'm going to glue. Oops, get back on there. I'm going to glue the head of the ladybug onto the ladybug. I'm going to have to hold it there for a second because I put too much glue. Well, Ganache, they can't hear a soft little meow like that. You have to talk louder, honey. Talk louder. Say hi louder. They can hear you if you talk louder. No? Were you just saying hi to me quietly? Okay, baby. You just go. Yeah, that's right. You lay down right in the chair there. You be a good girl. You are. You being a good girl. Yes. Okay. Oh, I got a piece of glue on there again. I'll have to get that later with my tweezers. So I got the little head on the ladybug. And now, Marty says, hello, baby girl. You sure you don't want to say hi loud so she can hear you? No? Okay. She turned her head. She was like, no, I just wanted to say hi to my mommy. She's having a shy moment. Okay. Now, I'm going to, remember those little teeny weeny black dots we cut out? I made some itty bitty, tiny itty bitty ones. You can make yours bigger so that you like only have 3. I made little ones because I'm not good at cutting out circles. So I'm just going to make some little polka dots of glue. And then I'm going to pick up my little pieces of paper. Whoops. And stick them in the little polka dots of glue. Oops. Stay where I put you. Thank you. Here we go. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on one side. Oh, I cut just enough. We're going to put some dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll put 6 on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get on there. Get on there. Good job. 6. Okay. And there, my friends, is how to use the dome mold. This pink tool here is how to use the mold and make yourselves. As soon as that glue dries, it will be clear, so you don't have to worry about the white showing, because that will dry clear. And there is your cute little ladybug. Now, if you would like your cute little ladybug to have little antennae, you take the other side of your black strip that you cut in half. It's a ladybug! Yes! Now, I don't know if ladybugs have antennae or not, but I like to make them have antennae. So, I'm going to make wee tiny little eyelash size antennae with my little piece of paper. I'm going to put a dot of glue right there, and I'm going to put one antennae, two antennae on my little ladybug. And there, we've all made, let me get her in the light so you can see her. We made a little ladybug. Let me get her. Oops, she's losing an antenna. Get up there. Let me get her close so you can see. We made a ladybug. Now that's a three-dimensional ladybug. I'm going to show you how to make a flat one and make it with a couple of layers. So we're going to go back and review a couple of shapes. But I was in a hurry to show you how to use the dome. Okay, so there's the ladybug. Whoops, where's the ladybug? Right there. There's that little antenna wants to fall. I don't want it to. There we go. Leave that little antenna right there. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the black this time, and I'm going to glue just three, just three. She has no legs. Nope, she's all tucked in. She's all tucked in. She's not flying anywhere. She's all tucked in. She has no legs. Well, hello, Jeffrey. I'm happy to see you. How are you doing? Okay, so now we're going to take just three black strips, unless you want the disc to be the same size as this one. You'll want 4 pieces of paper, but you really only just want 3. I promise you, you just want 3. And if you have those longer strips, then you only want 2. But mine are the shorter strips on this black part now. So I'm going to do 3. And I'm going to come up here out of the shadows. I don't know why this shadow is here. This shadow right here is driving me crazy. Oh, well, you put it on your YouTube channel? That is great. I want to see the sunset. Oh, come on, it's crooked. I don't want it to be crooked. I want it to be straight. Glue the pieces end to end like that. We'll glue one more because I have the shorter pieces. Okay. Alrighty. Now remember, when you're gluing your pieces end to end, you don't need to break the paper because the weight of the paper will make sure that you create good circles without crimping them. Alrighty, get my curling coach rather, get my quilling tool, go through the hole on the curling coach, and we're just gonna wind and wind until we're done winding. Gonna make a tight coil. Um, there we go. It shouldn't take too long to wind your coils. Again, that is a tight coil. And this time, do not loosen up your black coil. You want your black coil to be nice and tight. Nice and round, nice and tight. So you just glue the edge. Yes, I did do a little video of the sunset tonight and yesterday. I'm probably going to do it again tomorrow. Oh, that's awesome, Jeffrey. I like looking at sunsets. Sunsets are so pretty. All right. Again, I want my disc to be really, really flat. So I'm going to put it on a flat surface like that. I'm going, ooh, crunch. I'm going to press. And now it's really, really flat. And there we go. We have the body of the ladybug. I need to get those glue pieces off of there because I don't like it. All right. There's the body of the ladybug. Now, we're going to take, you know what? I didn't measure, so we're going to play this by ear. I'm going to take one really long strip. This is one of my 2018 24-inch. This is one of my 24-inch strips of paper. So let's see. This way. It goes this way. Oh, Marty, you're not. Are you blue? Yes, you are blue. Okay, never mind. Yes, I did make you blue. That's great. Thanks, Marty. Appreciate that. Of course I made you blue. Blue, blue, my world is blue. Do, 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 do. Okay, so 24 inches. Again, that's a really long one. The weight, look, see, the weight of the paper already has the coil going right where it needs to go. So you don't need to break the paper when it's really, really, really super long because it will not crimp on you. The weight of the paper holds the roundness in firm place. So that was a 24-inch strip of paper. Let go, let go, let go. I want this to open a little bit because I want to be able to pinch it. So I'm going to let it open a little bit in the center, a little bit more, a little bit more. That's good. Okay. Okay, so we made, you know what, that's just too big. I'm going to undo it and I'm going to cut some off of there. That is just too big. I want it to be that size. So how big is that? That is 11 inches. So instead of 20 inches, we're going to do 11 inches. I'm going to recurl it. That was just too big. We're going to do 11 inches. Because I want that to open up. There we go. Whoops, got it. It's spraying on me. I want that to open up, be a little bit tighter than that. There we go. Perfect. Here's my glue right here. So now that we have a nice loose coil with that, and there's the body of the ladybug, we're going to make a crescent. Remember, you want to camouflage your seam where you glue it down. So we're going to pinch without pushing the thumbs up. We just want to actually make a half circle. So we don't want to push the thumbs in to make a crescent. We just want to make a half circle. So we just want to pinch the ends without pushing your thumbs in. Hi, Chris. Good to see you. And we want to make 2 of those. So we're going to take another 11-inch piece of paper. Now this is shorter, so you want to break it. So it's have more control over it. It's nice and curled now a little bit. Has a little bit of wave to it, and it will do what you want. It will respond to you. Ta-da! Okay, now I want it to open up. There we go, just like that. I don't want it to spring open, just want it to pop open nice and loose. Whoa, that's a big drop of glue. We don't want quite that big of a drop of glue. Okay, so again, we want to camouflage the seam where the glue was. Can you see that seam? Let me hold it up closer and maybe you can see it. Can you see? Well, for crying out loud, I have a glare and a shadow. What the fetch is going on? Well, there's a seam right there. There we go. Now you can see it. There's a seam right there. You want to camouflage that in your pinches and in your creases. So again, we're going to make 2 pinches at the bottom where the seam is, and we're not going to push up with our thumbs because we don't want to make a crescent, we just want to make a half circle. So we're going to come down with the pointer finger, and there we have another half circle. Okay, now we need a head. Again, we need a head for this little guy or gal. This time I'm going to make it just a little bit bigger. I think I'm going to go with 9 inches. You can follow me, or you can do hit or miss, or you can, let's see, where's the right side of the paper? That's the wrong side. Okay, I'm gonna break the paper. I'm going to make sure that the wrong side, since I twirl away from me, I'm going to make sure that the wrong side of the paper is away from me. Okay, and here we go. We're going to make another tight coil. And we're going to let it loosen up just ever so slightly so that we can manipulate it and kind of make a little crescent out of it. So again, we're just going to let the center, come on, focus. We're just going to let the center open up just, oops, ever so slightly. Just a tiny, wee, tiny little bit, just like that. And then glue it. Oh, it's the same thing that we did with the other little head. We made a tight coil, but we loosen it up just ever so slightly so that we can make a not a crescent, a half circle out of it. Now, where is my seam so that I don't, there we go. I want that to be in the middle where I glue it. Okay, so I'm going to pinch it on the sides, not push up with my thumbs, just pull down with my fingers, and there. We have a little half circle, just like that. Just like that. All right. Now, because this is a ladybug, I'm going to use my other piece of paper that I started with. I'm going to make some little polka dots. Punch a lot. Punch munch. Punch munch. Punch munch. And we're going to put 3 on each side because the wings are open and can't really see all of the wings. Well, maybe I'll put a little more because I seem to want to keep going. All right. My hand is speaking for itself right now. In case I can't find some after I've punched them. There we go. All right. So now we have the body, the head, the wings, the polka dots. We just need the little antennae. The little antennae. And I'm going to cut those right there. Okay, now let's put our little ladybug together. So the first thing we want to do is take the little black half circle that we made, get the glue bits off it so that it looks nice. Okay, and we're going to glue the flat side to our disc. And it will stay. It will almost conform to the disc. Almost. Let go. Okay. So there's the head attached to the body. You can see the ladybug head attached to the body. Now, we are going to take our little wings and figure out where best we want them to be. I only want them to be a little bit open. So, move over. See, I only want them to be a little bit open like that. You can have them open wider if you like, but I only want them to be a little bit open. So the first thing I want to do is put some glue at the top, on the side, at the top, on the side, and glue the top on the side of the other wing together. And I just hold it in place for a second. And then what I want to do is at the top of the ladybug's body, I want to add a crescent of glue and pull it down a little bit. Just like that, just as if he's wearing a little shawl. Okay, that's all the glue you need. That's it. You don't need any more than that. And you line the wings up with the body and press. Oops, I lost. Line the wings up with the body and press. There we go. I lost an antennae. I don't know where it went. So I need to cut another one. And cut one over here. My antennae disappeared. So I'm going to cut another one. There we go. Alright. Now we're going to make some little glue dots again on the top of our wings so that we can add some polka dots. Now remember, you can make these polka dots as big or as little as you have a mind to. You can add 3 or 4 or 5 polka dots if they're small. You can add 1 or 2 if they're big. I'm going to add, I got little ones because ladybugs have different size polka dots. Did you know that? They have different colors and they have different sizes. Size polka dots. They have different color wings and different size polka dots. Okay, that one's covered in glue. There we go. Now it shows. Okay. So we got little polka dots on that side. Remember the glue. Oh, see? Look. The glue dried clear. So we don't have any little white smudges anymore. The glue dried clear. So we're going to put some more polka dots on the other side. Okay, put one there. One there. Oops, that one got drowned too. It's a good thing this glue dries clear. Okay, so we have a dimensional ladybug, but it's flat. Oops, I don't want the glue there. I want the glue right at the very tip. And we're going to add the antennae now. So I'm going to add, if I can pick it up, one antennae, just like that. Well, I guess it would help if I used my tools. I have tweezers. Ta-da! There we go. There's a little too much glue there, so it's going to want to fall until the glue starts to set. So I want to put a little something underneath them to hold them in place. Whoops. Hey, you. Ta-da! Tweezers. I love tweezers. Tweezers help so much. Alright, now let's get this little guy over into the light where you can see him all put together. There, his little antennae are kind of close together. Wait, let me separate that a little bit. And there's your flat ladybug. Tweezers are your friends. They are your best friends. I wish I knew why I had a shadow here. I don't understand. Ah, okay. Oops, I lost my paper. Now, when all of that glue dries, it will be clear and it will not show. And there is our flat. It's three-dimensional still, but he's flat. He's not domed. She's not domed. So that's two ways that we can make our ladybugs. There we go. That's today's class on how to make. We learned one more tool. We learned how to use the dome. And we learned how to make a ladybug in two ways. Those silly little antennae don't want to stay separated. They're bonded. They're close to each other. They want to stay together. It's like cats. They get bonded and they want to stay together. There. Okay. There we go. So there's that. You like the bigger one? You know what? I prefer the bigger one as well. But for some people who are nervous about doing the dome thing, you can still make a ladybug. You can still make a ladybug. It's just flat. It's still three-dimensional, but it's flat. You have domes? Where did my domes go? I bet you my domes fell on the floor. Nope, they're right here. This is what your dome looks like. So you can make flower pots or bowls, with a flat bottom, or you can make domes. Or if you turn it around the other way, you set your flower on the inside and press, and you can give your flower a little bit of dimension. You made a dapper skull last year. Origami. Ooh, cool. You know what, Marty? I agree with you. I do like the wings like that. And there are some times, where I actually, because the picture calls for it in my design that I've made, it's not overly three-dimensional, so it will call for a flatter one. But I do tend to like this one better. I actually made a tic-tac-toe game out of a box that came with 9 different designs of snowflakes this size, and it was a box that was segmented already. So in the base of each square, I paper quilled a little mandala flower, and then I made 2 different color ladybugs without the antenna because they would break. As the tic-tac-toe pieces, I made yellow ladybugs and red ladybugs. So yeah, oh, and I quilled this too, by the way. This is, let's see what this is. This is 1 1/4. If I hold it this way, it's 1 1/4 inches wide. So it's 1 1/4 inches this way. So that explains how eeny weeny teeny tiny little. This teardrop right here is made with a 2-inch piece of paper. And this teardrop right here is made with a 1-inch piece of paper. And this spoke right here is made with a 1/4-inch piece of straight paper. So this is very tiny, very, very little work. Very teeny tiny work. Yeah, Chris, you're in my group. You should post your work in my group. Yes, that would be awesome. I want to see what you've made. I love origami. I used to do origami all the time. I still even have some origami papers, some decorative origami papers left. But at any rate, so that's how to make the ladybugs. Yes, please do share your origami, your paper quilling, any kind of art that you do, your sketches, please, please, definitely. That's what my group is for, to share our art and to have fun and to share appropriate craft-related jokes and videos of each other's works and things like that. So can post when you're going to go live too as well in my group. I want to know when people live stream. Yes. Ooh, she does origami. Oh, I got to tell you, I never became a pro at it. But I admire anybody that can do origami because you really have to be accurate with the folded edges or else you get crimped corners and uneven openings, and you really have to be appropriate. Yes. Yeah, it's that Facebook rule there, or else I would care less. But, or I wouldn't care less. But, yeah. So, does anybody have any questions before we close out the live stream? I know you are, Angela. Too much glue ruins everything. Yes, and that's why I use Aleene's tacky glue, because it is a little bit thicker, has a lot less water content, and it dries very, very quick. Very, very quick. I have used Mod Podge. It's okay, but I definitely like Aleene's the best. You can also use Elmer's Glue All, not school glue, but Glue All. Elmer's Glue All. It works well as clear glue. Yes, I use Elmer's clear glue when I seal stuff sometimes. Oh, you're very welcome, Angela. You use clear glue in your quilling? I use it when I seal stuff, but I don't use it to hold stuff. I'm interested. I'm intrigued, actually, I should say. Clear glue. I do have a tacky clear glue. It's Aleene's tacky clear glue. Okay. Thank you all for coming most of the time. Well, that's wonderful. Well, you're in another country too, so you got to make do with what your country, what each person's country has available to them. And if you can use a clear glue that's strong enough to hold your stuff together, that is awesome. If that's what you have and it works, definitely use it. Yeah, that's great. Yours is tacky? Yeah, that's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. Okay. I'm coming to a close now. And thank you everybody for who showed up. And thank you for everybody who's going to watch the replay. You're very welcome, Marty. My Martini Rini. Meow. So thanks everybody for coming. I hope I see you again next week, and I'll see you throughout the week in chat somewhere, I'm sure. So thanks everybody, and bye for now. Meow.